Anyway, next let's go into the screen and I'll show you all the settings. Okay, so give you a look at all the different functions on the screen here. So the screen may be a little flickery, but that's more my video camera than the actual screen. In real life, it's very stable. So you just touch it, it brings up this menu, and you can switch between cameras. Right now I only have 2 set up. So let's go to the other view there, and then back to this view. There's a button here you can get into the main menuing. Volume. You can have you can listen to what's going on with the camera. I find that's good on low speed, but high speed you get too much wind noise, and then you can set the level of the volume. And then we have pairing. So when you want to add a camera, it's a 4-camera system. When you add a camera, you press that button, and then you have to go press a button on the camera within a certain number of seconds, and then they will pair. I tested it out, it worked fine. It came with one camera, and I had a camera that could be used with this model, and it paired okay. It's the Byte Tango system, so the camera has to be compatible with the Byte Tango. Some of their older cameras won't work. And then in picture here, we have brightness, different levels of brightness, contrast, color, and then cam LED. There's a little blue LED you can turn on or off. And there's a go back down here. Mirror mode, this is for setting up if you want to use it as a rear view mirror, or you want to mount the camera in a certain way, or you have to adjust the orientation of the camera. Q mode, so all the different modes, if you're just going to have 2 cameras or 3 cameras or 4 cameras, all the different ways you can set up the screen. And down here we'll go setting. So we have camera trigger. That's if you're going to have some turn signal cameras, so that when you flick the turn signal, it'll show that camera while your signal light is going on. There's a little green wire on the camera for doing that. And then we got the different systems. USA and a lot of the rest of the world uses PAL. Auto dim. So that's at night. The display will dim. It seems to lose its times out pretty quick. And then screen off, I just leave it at 0 because I never want the screen to turn off, but you can have it time out. Scan, you can turn different scanning on for different cameras. So if we take camera 2, those cameras will scan in the scan mode. They'll stop each for about 5 seconds and keep going around. I use that on my boat when I'm using it for engine room monitoring. And we got park line, so you can adjust park line here if you want to use the park line feature. Not much, I don't really use that for the RV. And then in record here, we have recording on. You can format the card. Cover means it will overwrite after it gets to the end, and then you can set the time in there. And then we got play. You can play back videos on this that have been taken. So 1 tap brings up this menu. 2 taps brings up this kind of shortcut menu, so you can get rid of the parking. You can mute the audio. You can quickly set different brightnesses. See, it can get really bright. Or it can go really dim, which is nice at night. The older models, I found them overly bright when I was trying to drive at night, to the point where I had to turn it off even. And then here is floodlight. See, when I turn it on, a little bulb up there goes fully yellow, and that turns on the backing up floodlight for you. Then you can turn record on and off there. And then you can put it in scan mode here. There's actually a little scan up there. And then it'll just flick between how many cameras you have set up for your scans. I just have 2 here, so I have channel 1 and channel 2. And here it goes to channel 2. And then you can press Q mode here. And then you can see I've got it in quad and just have 2 channels right now. And then, of course, you can pick what you like. So, yeah, it works pretty good. Gets rid of the buttons and having to press the buttons, click, 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 click. Everything is right on the screen there. Display looks pretty good. So we'll give her a try in real world scenario, and I'll do some recordings while I drive and give you some playback for this.